Is Chennai, head of the Mechanical Engineering Department, DVSIT Kavali. Let us discuss the various components presented in the nuclear reactor. This is the schematic diagram of nuclear reactor. Let us see the one part by part. First we are seeing the fuel rods 1, 2, 3. For example, we are seeing shown 3 fuel rods. The fuel, nuclear fuel may be natural fuel or man-made fuel. Some nuclear fuels are available natural. They are called natural. And man-made means enriched uranium, plutonium, thorium, like that. And next, these are the moderators. And this is the pressure vessel. And these are the reflector. This is a reflector. And this is called pressure vessel. And these rods are called control rods. And this is the thermal shielding or control shielding. And next, this is the passage for coolant in and coolant out. This nuclear pressure vessel prevents or stores the pressure inside the reactor. As a nuclear fission reaction is taking place, enormous amount of heat will be generated. So that as the heat is generating or chemical reaction is taking place, pressure also generates. So to prevent that pressure, a proper construction will be provided entire this chamber. This coolant may be a fluid which flows at a low temperature and enters in this chamber, and it absorbs the heat generated in the nuclear fission reaction. Then after absorbing the enormous amount of heat, that hot coolant will leaves the chamber. So that hot coolant will enters the steam generator and produces the steam. After rejecting the heat, that hot coolant will become cold, and that cold coolant will come back and enters the nuclear reactor. Likewise, this coolant will circulate. Purpose of the elements of nuclear reactor. This nuclear reactor core, first part, reactor core. It generates the heat by fission reaction. It plays the same role as the combustion chamber. In thermal power plants, combustion chamber produces the enough heat by the combustion of the fuel. The same way, this nuclear reactor core produces or generates the heat by nuclear fission reaction. Next, reflector. This reflector reflects the neutrons back into the system, so that it will prevent the leakage or escape of the exciting neutrons from the reactor to the outside. And third one, control mechanism. This mechanism helps us to start and to stop and to make the fission reaction operate at normal conditions. So it prevents the velocity of the neutron's velocity also. And fourth one, moderator. This moderator is helping us to absorb the kinetic energy of the neutrons, so that it slows down the neutrons. And fifth one, coolants. This coolant is a working fluid, generally in a liquid state. So this coolant enters the reactor at a cold condition or at a lesser temperature, and it enters the reactor and it absorbs the heat from the reactor and transfer the same heat to the steam generator. That means this coolant is meant for to transfer the heat from reactor and to the steam generator. After rejecting the heat to the steam generator working fluid, the temperature will reduce and it comes back to the nuclear reactor core. And measuring instruments. These measuring instruments will measure the thermal neutron flux, and for seventh one, radiation shielding. So this radiation shielding is absolutely meant for to protect the radiation damage of the vessel and also and to prevent the radiation leakage into the atmosphere. Discuss the some types of nuclear reactors. First one, pressurized water reactor, PWR. Second one, boiling water reactor, BWR. Third one, gas cooled reactor, GCR. Fourth one, sodium graphite reactor, SCR. Fifth one, fast breeder reactor, Kandu reactor. Kandu means Canadian deuterium uranium reactor. Let us discuss the working principle of pressurized water reactor. What are the components presented in it? Reactor, coolant, circulating pump, pressurizer, and steam generator. This is also called as a heat exchanger. This figure contains two circuits, primary circuit and secondary circuit. In secondary circuit, components are feed water pump, steam generator, turbine and condenser. Let us see the working principle. The coolant here is water. Working fluid in this primary circuit is water. This water enters the nuclear reactor and absorbs the heat, and it turns the it changes its phase, so steam will produce. This produced steam will enter the pressurizer. After increasing its pressure, it enters the steam generator. Here it exchanges or transfers the heat to the water which is circulating in secondary circuit, and then after as it rejects the latent heat to the working fluid circulating in secondary circuit, steam condenses into liquid. This liquid will be pumped back to the nuclear reactor. In this way, it's a working fluid in the primary circuit will circulates. In a secondary circuit, the water or feed water which is pumped by the pump will enter the steam generator or heat exchanger or boiler. So as it absorbs the latent heat rejected by the primary coolant or water in the primary circuit, this water changes its phase and it becomes steam. So this steam enters the turbine and it expands over the turbine blades by rotating the turbine. So low pressure, low steam enters the condenser, and it rejects the latent heat of condensation to the circulating cooling water for condenser. So as it rejects the latent heat, steam condenses into liquid. This liquid or condensate will be pumped back to the steam generator. In this way, the working fluid will circulate in the secondary circuit. Let us discuss the certain points regarding this pressurized water reactor. Here coolant is water and it is a moderated thermal reactor. And what are the fuel used in it? Both natural and uranium fuels. Water in primary circuit is radioactive, and water in secondary circuit is meant for power generation by producing the steam. Pressure in the primary circuit should be very much high so that boiling takes place at a high pressure. and pressurizer keeps the pressure of 100 kgf per centimeter square. Water in a primary circuit acts as both coolant and as well as moderator. By using this pressurized water reactor, we can generate only moderate steam. Principle of boiling water reactor. What are the components presented in this circuit? Reactor, forced circulation pump, turbine, condenser, feed water pump, and another circuit for steam bypass. What is the difference between the previous reactor and this reactor? Here there is a no circuit for secondary circuit for generation of the steam. Feed water, which is coming from the condenser, is pumped back to the reactor, and after absorbing the heat, it will turn into the steam, and the steam enters the turbine and produces the work as it is expanding over the turbine blades, and it enters the condenser and rejects the latent heat of condensation to the circulating cooling water condenser, and so produced condensate will be enters the pump, and pump will be pumped back the same to the reactor. In this way, cooling water or working fluid is circulating entire this circuit. Here we are seeing a steam bypass. If any problem take place in the turbine section, the produced steam can be without stopping immediately, the steam can be sent to the condenser for condensing the steam. So that produced feed water will be pumped back to the reactor. What are the main points presented in it? In boiling water reactor, we will use enriched fuel. For the safe operation, pressure in the forced circulation pump must be maintained constant irrespective of the load on the generator. Heat exchanger circuit is eliminated, so we can have gain in thermal efficiency, because if heat exchanger circuit is there, there is a certain loss of heat transfer, so that thermal efficiency will be reduced. As there is no heat exchanger circuit, we can have increase and increment in thermal efficiency. And next, we will use only low pressure vessel, so that cost will be reduced. Metal temperatures are low for given output, and efficiency is more than pressurized water reactor. But there are certain problems with this. Possibility of radioactive contamination in the turbine mechanism, because water which is passing through the reactor is directly entering into the turbine. Because of that only, there may be a certain contamination in the turbine mechanism, and high safety precautions must be needed to prevent the explosion, and possibility of burnout of fuel is more in this reactor. Let us start the working principle of fast breeder reactor. Here also we are seeing three circuits: primary circuit, intermediate circuit, and a steam circuit. In the primary circuit, liquid sodium, which is acting as a coolant, will circulate in it. As this liquid sodium is passing through the nuclear reactor, it is having radioactive attachment. Here we will use uranium-235 as a fissionable material. When it undergoes the nuclear fission process, heat will be generated. Because of that, heat will be produced heat will be absorbed by this liquid sodium, and it enters the heat exchanger and rejects the heat to the circulating cooling or coolant in an intermediate circuit, and this primary circuit coolant will become cool and will come to the pump and pumped back to this reactor. In this way, working fluid will circulate in primary circuit. In secondary or intermediate circuit, sodium will act as a coolant. Here this sodium, this liquid sodium is being not having direct contact with this coolant. So we will call it as non-radioactive coolant. After absorbing the heat from this non-radioactive liquid sodium will become hot and enters the heat exchanger 2. This is nothing but a boiler or a steam generator. After transferring the heat to this working fluid in a steam circuit, it will become cool and enters the high pressure pump, and it will be pumped by the pump to the heat exchanger 1. In this way, this liquid sodium, which is having non-radioactive, will circulate through this intermediate circuit. Next come for the steam circuit. After absorbing the heat, this water presented in heat exchanger 2 or steam generator or boiler, water turns to the steam, and after this produced steam enters the turbine, and as it expands over the turbine blades, it rotates the turbine. So certain work done will be produced, same will be transferred to the generator shaft. So producing work done, low pressure and low temperature steam enters the condenser, where it rejects the latent heat of condensation to the circulating cooling water in condenser. So steam will become liquid. So that liquid is also called as condensate, and comes to the feed pump, and the feed pump pumps back the water to the steam generator. In this way, steam water or working fluid will circulate in a steam circuit. Let us have the 4 important points regarding this fast breeder reactor. It is a small vessel in which necessary amount of enriched fuel is kept without using moderator. A fissile material which absorbs neutrons surrounds the vessel. The reactor core is cooled by liquid metal. A necessary neutron shielding is provided by the use of light water, oil or graphite. Additional shielding also provided for gamma rays. It is worth noting that when uranium-235 is fissioned, it provides heat and additional neutrons also.